Welcome to the Back Yourself podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Hussein here with my brother from another mother, Christopher, and we are here in slight mourning because the Melbourne Storm have just gone down to the Reece Walsh-led Brisbane Broncos in the 2025 NRL Grand Final. Before we say anything else, a massive round of applause for the Broncos for lifting the premiership this year when many had penciled them out at several points throughout the season, including us. But they show that they have a heart of a champion. Madge's DNA all over the outfit that took the field tonight. And they have turned the corner as a club and truly birthed one of the all-time superstars of the sport at the fullback position. The best player in the world. And fuck me, he has a case today. But the Melbourne Storm go up 22-12, end up losing this 26-22 in what was a thriller in Manila from start to finish.
Not really.
Edge of your seat stuff as far as the scoreline being close from start to finish. I have my own beef with the game, but I will say, as someone that has been riding Melbourne to win the premiership at $4.24, the majority of this season, I come on quite frustrated, but I promise you all objectivity and truth-telling as always. From episode 1 of this fucking Back Yourself podcast season to episode, what are we at now, 50-something, it's the same shit with us, and win, lose, or draw will be the same shit again. And I pass over to you, Christopher. How are you feeling, my friend?
Shout out to the Brisbane Broncos. Like I said, emotionally, don't care. I'm happy they won. I'm happy, most importantly, like we said in the previous podcast, for Reynolds and Hunt. Like, that's huge for them. Like, don't worry, Walsh, like, the way he played today, they're going to get one in the future if he plays like that in any capacity come the next couple of years. But these two boys, 2 more injuries to, like, one HIA, bro, Hunt was fucked. But Reynolds, another injury. And we'll discuss more, but I think we might have seen his last game in the Broncos jersey, even though he's contracted for next year. Like, what else do you fucking want? I think this is the cream on top, but it was... Look, you could say anything about the 16 players on the field. It really doesn't matter. This is the greatest season I've seen, the postseason I've ever seen from any player in any sport. Wow. I mean, Walsh's 3 finals games have been incredible. The fact he put them off the turf is insane. I just don't know how that's possible.
I want to use a different word than incredible. It's actually unbelievable.
Yeah.
When you go back and look at all of the moments and all of his contributions throughout all 3 of these games, it's actually fucking unbelievable what this cunt did for these cunts to win a premiership. Like, genuinely, I can't think of one other player that could step in and replace Reece Walsh in this Brisbane team with the way that he played these last 3 games and fucking even make it past Raiders or Penrith or for them to win tonight. Like,
they could have had Cleary and they wouldn't have won this
It was
they wouldn't have won this final.
It was fucking incredible. And like you said, Chris, an all-time generational run across all sports. Reece's highlight reel from this season, particularly this last 8 weeks, from the point that Ezra and Reynolds went down to the very end where Reynolds and fucking Hunt go down again. This man put the entire fucking state of Queensland and all of Brisbane on his shoulders, and he said, "Don't worry, boys, I got us," and he got it in the end. I didn't actually sit and watch the fucking post game thing, but obviously, there's no. You could give him fucking next year's Clive Churchill the way he played that good, so that's fair. And in the end, let's just jump straight into it, Chris. The Brisbane Broncos win 26-22 in the 2025 NRL Grand Final. And what was their 3rd double-digit comeback in the second half, trailing by 2 possessions, if not more. We saw 26-10 against the Raiders evaporate and them go to Golden Point and win. We saw 14-0 evaporate against the Penrith Panthers for them to go and win. And tonight we see 22-12 was your halftime score, and these cunts managed to hold Melbourne scoreless, a team that we came on and were renowned for saying that they barely even try. They have the best attack in the league when they can just flick a switch and annihilate their opposition. And it was kind of looking like that early, I would say. Obviously, for Brisbane to score in the 2nd minute, Melbourne might have been a little bit shell-shocked from that.
No.
I was under
That was Grant Atkins.
I was under the impression that Grant Atkins got put as the referee for not making any calls last week. But
and then gave 2 calls.
In a tackle, the 3rd tackle of the game, that Harry Grant actually cut Payne Haas in half and didn't hold on for like more than a millisecond. This guy gave a call and followed that up by a 6 again in the next set. Okay, sure. I didn't know that's how we're going to play it, but that's fine. Brisbane just do like a regular backline shift right. Melbourne snuff it out. Howarth sees it from a mile away, goes to try and tackle Walsh, but again, this cunt's turned into Mark Henry in the last 4 weeks. He bumps him off, cuts it out to Mariner. He thinks he's a fucking funny cunt going down right at the dead ball line. I genuinely thought, like, did this guy just step out for a second?
Well, Grant was claiming it. I was like,
wake up.
You either saw it or didn't.
Yeah, wake up. But look, Brisbane go up 6-0, and the calls actually fucking started coming the other way. A couple 6-agains and penalties in Melbourne's favour. Saw them go down there and run the Melbourne play on the right-hand side. Shibasaki and co looked lost, and Meaney just waltzes over. And at this point, I was like, okay, well, no one's defending today, so this is going to be over. Like you said in the preview. What was the total close at? 41. Is that it?
What did it get to? 48?
Yeah.
Oh, the halftime was like 56.
Yeah,
I was like,
fuck,
what the fuck?
yeah. If anything, it slowed down a bit in the second half. But already I was thinking, you know what, that's pretty soft from both teams. And if that's going to be how it continues for the rest of this game, then it's just going to boil down to whoever actually fucking bites down on the mouth guard and gets a stop. Obviously, Melbourne continue a little bit later. Obviously, Warbrick scores, makes it 12-6 at this point. Brisbane hit back a little bit after that. And at this point, I feel like Brisbane really were behind in every phase of the game. Outside of Walsh being involved in the play, these cunts were getting dismantled on every single aspect of the park, which was the exact same in the Raiders game, if not even worse in the Penrith game, if not even worse in this game.
Yeah.
It was kind of how I was thinking that first 30 minutes. What did you think?
Well, this was the worst of it. I mean, the Hughes try, like, I sat there and I was just like, well, these cunts are fucked. Like, that was like worse than the Strange try that they conceded in week 1 of the finals. Just fucking dreadful defense. Even the Meaney try, like the first set Melbourne got down there, bang, try. Like,
yeah, I was like,
oh, okay, all right, that's pretty soft from Brisbane. But honestly, the first half gives Melbourne too much credit, so there's no reason to fucking talk about it at all.
Yeah,
because
I kind of just want to set the stage up for the second half because
it was the same garbage as we saw between Brisbane and Raiders, Penrith and Brisbane. And we got the same thing again. And the bookies again, for the 5th time in a row,
put these cunts 13.5.
Put these cunts at 12.5 at half time. Put them at $5 to win this game. And, bro, like, anyone with a fucking brain would have taken that side, right? Everyone's just like, oh, yeah, I've seen this before. Just a fucking casual. Be like, oh, yeah, they're going to come back. And make you believe they literally didn't want to come back, tried to give up, and it didn't matter. And they won anyway.
Yeah. Well, just before we get to the second half, so Melbourne, like, they're winning the forwards, they're winning everything. They get down there. Hughes does the grubber for Eli Katoa, and he scores
for the 5th
quite
time.
easily. They go right again. This cunt does a cut out to Warbrick, and Brisbane are just like, why the fuck's he cutting out? He scores again. At this point, it's teetering. Looks like Melbourne might go up to a very fucking handsome lead at halftime. And then Reece Walsh just says, fuck you cunts. And literally
went through the middle.
Took the ball on 5th and last and just kept fucking running until he scored underneath the black dot, where I was like, okay, I like Melbourne's methodically broken Brisbane down 4 times. And I'm not sure Brisbane could have done much more to stop them. But for Melbourne, like, you cunts are supposed to be a very well-coached side, very disciplined side. You have a reputation as, what do we say, second best defense in the competition. Brisbane didn't even throw anything at you cunts this entire half. The first try was just Howarth not tackling Walsh and him cutting out to Mariner, which every cunt has conceded in this entire finals run. And the second one was just 5th and last. How many fucking players like went to tackle Walsh and he ends up underneath the goal? 7? 8 cunts?
Well, it should have been 22-0, realistically. There was nothing that Brisbane threw. The second half was a complete different beast. But the first half, the 2 tries they scored was just like, what the fuck, Melbourne?
Yes. 100%.
Why did you concede that? It's just stupid. But, again, like we said on the podcast, and everything outlined, in the first half was exactly what we said, and the second half was exactly not what we said.
And even to, like, undo Reece's effort before halftime, these cunts 4 minutes later conceded the huge try. Just literally one right foot step, both of the markers is doing this on the floor, and then he puts it underneath the post. I was like, all right. 16-10, you could make a case for Brisbane mounting their 50th comeback of they have the momentum from the Reece try and yada yada. Was it at this? No, Reynolds actually starts the second half. Hughes scores under the black dot, 22-12, and you're thinking, all right, like Brisbane probably shouldn't be able to come back from this point. Second half starts. Brisbane are asleep coming out of the gate. Melbourne march down there in 3 minutes, and
No, Reynolds kicks it out on the full.
Reynolds kicks it out on the full like
For
a
no
moron.
reason. Yeah. And then they go down the field. Classic error.
Melbourne get the field position. This is copy-paste
Exactly the same.
of the Hosking try that wasn't no try because Shibasaki saved it. From the Cleary 1 meter out from the try line try that wasn't a try. To now this one. I'm not going to fucking make it any defenses for Melbourne because wait till we actually unfold the second half. I'm going to nuke them because they deserve it. But truly, like in a try-scoring situation, it's actually so obvious that Walsh hit Kamakamika in the fucking face, which I don't understand why that was just glossed over. He literally with his forearm hit him in the mouth. I challenge anyone to go and rewatch it. Anyway, he drops it by like a centimeter, 7 tackle set, and literally 2 seconds later, these cunts go and score. Melbourne are behind their post like, oh, fuck, okay, like this is a game now.
Well, I didn't see that, and to be honest, it doesn't matter because, this is the context for the rest of the game because we all know what the fuck happened after that. Just an onslaught of fucking Melbourne looking like statues.
Yep.
Do you cunts just not watch tape? I'm actually concerned for this team structurally. Do they just believe that they're that good? They watched last week, the same shit happened. They probably watched it in fucking Sydney, in ice baths, after they fucking beat Sharks. They watched it in Canberra after they beat Dogs, knew they had the week off, and wanted to see who else would have the week off. Bro, as soon as he made the error, I sat there and said, this is literally carbon copy what happened the last 2 weeks. Are Melbourne good enough to stop it? And it's not even that I don't even believe that they tried to stop it. They were just like, oh yeah, we conceded. Oh, we conceded again. Oh, we conceded again. Now we're losing. Okay, maybe we throw the footy around. Oh, we lost. Oh, all good. We go Bali. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It was simple as that. You knew it was coming. You knew that in the second half they're going to come out and throw fucking... They were throwing grenades in the end of the first half. When Walsh is going across the field, man drops it backwards. There's 10 seconds left. You're like, what the fuck's going on? Brisbane don't give a shit. They just throw the footy around until someone gives up. And they threw the footy around. These cunts just give up. They're just like, yeah, we'll let Shibasaki score 5 times on the good defensive edge. It's not like Stags fucking was running through Wishart, which was the shit side. Exactly. With Stags play? No, we have Shibasaki on this side, who's a Knights reject. Yeah, I know he played Origin. On Meany, who's supposedly a good defensive centre. He didn't look like a fucking traffic cone out there. And you got carved apart just like everyone else. So it just goes back to okay, we know Walsh is brilliant. We know that they're unstoppable on offense when they're on a roll. We get it. But there was no fucking resistance whatsoever, as per usual. It's just, okay, yeah. And it wasn't a Penrith game where they got garbage and actually won. They methodically broke them down and just were like, all right, here's a cutout. Here's another cutout from Walsh. You can't... It's literally in the tape. How many times has he thrown that ball? That's what pissed me off the most.
You know which one pissed me off the most? The Mariner one.
Yeah.
Where coach just piss bolted into things.
For no reason.
What the fuck was that?
Just stupidity.
It's like Melbourne, this entire season had just been cruising. Got the dream run of playing Dogs when they were had completely capitulated, got a bye. Instead of playing Penrith or Brisbane, they got to play fucking Sharks, who could never go to Melbourne after Melbourne have a bye and beat them. Their entire team got healthy for this game. They fucking cruised to 22-12 with really, did they even try that hard?
No,
not really.
At halftime, I was like, am I really going to go on and say they played half a game and won anyway?
Yeah, that's what
That's what we're going to come on and say.
Because obviously in the preview, right, I said 32-16. You said 40 to some shit. At halftime, I was like, fuck, I should have listened to Chris Moore. These cunts are going to get 40 easily. Brisbane can't defend
the way they're defending, I was just like, every time these cunts are going to get down there, they're just going to score again.
In the first half, they got down there 4 times. They scored 4 tries.
Yeah.
And it was just as simple as that. Brisbane had no fucking answers. And in 2 seconds, Kamakamika almost got the 5th try. But, and again, same shit in the Raiders game, same shit in the Panthers game. But Penrith, conceded garbage, in an unlucky fashion way.
Yeah.
I didn't see Penrith just allow Walsh to just be like, oh, okay, I'll cut out to Mariner. Yeah. Penrith didn't make those fucking mistakes, right? So Melbourne, having watched Raiders get raped in the exact same way that you guys got raped by, and having watched Penrith defend these cunts essentially to just reside in them to garbage scoring for 80 minutes, you cunts just defended like Raiders, which really fucking made no sense to me. Knights, yeah.
Bro, anyone knows he's going to fucking cut out the ball. And what frustrates me is I know he's cutting out. One of you fuckwits just intercepted and he won't do it again.
Yeah.
You know it's coming. And what's going to happen? You know what's also frustrating? It's not like you're going to tackle the fucking winger anyway, like they did. They just let him go through and score. At least try and intercept it. They just stand there like statues. And Walsh did that against, well, like we said, they did it against the shit edge. Fogarty was shit. Hoskins was out there. Timoko. They don't know how to defend. Oh, Walsh did it against them. Oh, they scored garbage against Penrith. Why is fucking Warbrick, Meaney, I wish I'd, you know what, you're not a centre, but fair enough. You didn't even go that way, except for that one. Coates, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that was probably the worst performance I've seen, like, from him all year.
Yeah,
defensively. He picked the game. Why are you cunts like, if you're not going to be there tackling the winger, then why the fuck are you cunts not trying to intercept it? You know he's going to throw it. Like, Walsh doesn't give a fuck. He's just going to throw it. And we've seen it time and time and time and time.
Cowboys intercepted it.
Cowboys intercepted. They were like, oh yeah, this cunt's just going to throw it. All right. Like, no tape. No realization that after that Kamitha try, all right, they have a 7-tackle set. We need to fucking wake up here because this is exactly what happened to Raiders. This is exactly what happened to Penrith. And if we let them score, they're going to come back. And there were only one try after they scored the Shibasaki try. Nope. Just same old garbage. They score. And truly, like, I sat there and I was like, well, I bet on Melbourne, but this is not Melbourne. Like,
or is it? That's the problem.
Is this exactly what Melbourne are, or are they just morph into whoever the fuck Knights or fucking some dicks like South? Bro, South could have been out there. I couldn't tell you the difference. If the jerseys weren't on the players and the players had like masking on and you couldn't see them, you could have been like, all right, it has to be South. Like, what's the difference in that second half? First half, you would have been like, all right, it's Melbourne. They score like that in 2 seconds. Meaney's try, the Red Sea parts. Hughes' try, the Red Sea parts, a classic kick for their second row. You'd be like, yeah, this is Melbourne. So second half, you're like, well, is it Knights or Cowboys? Well, now Cowboys would have scored at least one try in the second half. It wouldn't be Titans. Oh, it might be Souths, it might be Dragons. Like, are we talking about Melbourne to that level? Yeah. The whole team. Coaching. Sorry, Bellamy, but we actually said this, or JB will like this one. Ironically, we said this about one particular player that went to Titans. It's not easy without Schmitty, is it? It really isn't. They've won one in 5 years.
Well, they haven't won one without Schmitty.
They haven't won one without Schmitty. Harry Grant still is chipless. He does not have a premiership to his name. I mean, this team has been in the grand final, in the prelims. All of that is praise. And I'll give them as much praise as you want for that because they're there every year. At least they're there. But at some point, you got to fucking win. And this one, the way Brisbane laid it up to you cunts in that first half, in my opinion, to not win that, like, oh, again, you'll be favourites again next year. You'll probably be favourites the whole fucking year. But when it comes down to it, is this team got a third and fourth? They can cruise in third gear the whole regular season until the grand final. And you could be like, can they actually go past that cruising mode? They're just in fucking cruise.
Well, they haven't in the last two, right?
Well, no. But last year, right? They actually played much better than they did this year. They just fucking... you can't beat Penrith.
But, okay, look. I'm even willing to go to the extent of being like, you know what, Melbourne? You can't fell asleep for 20 minutes and you went down 26-22. Not saying that didn't piss me off because it did, right? Like, once Mariner scored, they're still in the lead.
Why can't they score at the end? Yeah, I know.
Okay, within 2 minutes, you conceded 2 tries.
Sure.
Walsh went right. They got the line break. Walsh fucking cut out to Shibasaki. The Melbourne players turned into statues. They scored. 2 seconds later, they scored on the same edge. He misses the conversions again. Yep. And even when Melbourne, their lead fucking went from 12 to 6 to 2. Now you come to down 4. That's, you know what? The reason we bet on Melbourne, we didn't fucking bet on them because, oh, you know what? We have Penrith's defense.
No.
I knew going into this game that if Brisbane get down on the 10-meter line, they will score some garbage. Like, not even garbage, they will score the tries that Brisbane do score. That's fine with me.
I didn't think they'll get down there.
Why the fuck do you can't not score 1 point in the entire second half?
Yeah.
Halftime, what was the stat? Completions was 15 of 16. You can't were up by 50 at this point until Stefano dropped it and you can't consider the Reece Walsh try, which pissed me off. And then at halftime, I was texting a mate, shout out to Million, he's not watching this, but he was like, oi, bro, now, do you think Melbourne can win next year as well? Should I, back him next year? And
I would have said that. Yeah, I would have come on and said that.
And I was like, well, first, like, they haven't actually won this game yet.
That's the thing.
If they don't come out and make a bunch of errors, the only way Brisbane come back and win this, you can't start playing Penrith or Knights or something that can't score. If you can't make errors, you've shown me. I saw it in the second minute. You can't defend, right? So just don't make errors and just fucking go down there and try and keep the ball down there as much as you can. All right, you conceded a 70 tackle set. You blinked, 20 minutes passed, and you haven't had the ball. You conceded 3 converted tries. Okay, no worries. At this point, Reynolds has fucking limped off. He's finished. His hamstring's gone. He's not coming back either. Willison's dead. He has a fucking HIA. Accor has a HIA. Ben Hunt gets concussed. And fucking Karapani gets concussed as well. So you can't have a 20-minute window where possession was, if not even in your favor. You managed to get 8 line breaks conveniently because at the end it was fucking Willison and his fucking uncle on the wing defending on the left-hand side. And Melbourne's just like, oh, okay. Like, Cowboys would score there.
Everyone would score. There's a lot of...
Roosters would score there.
Maybe not Dragons. Maybe not Knights. Maybe not... Nah, Souths would score.
Sharks would fucking score there.
Sharks would score 100%. Bro,
you know?
just shit.
Why do you cunts do this to me that I come on for 27 rounds and 4 rounds of the postseason, banging the table saying, can't beat Hughes, Pappy, Munster and Thing. Well, apparently one player can beat all 4 of them.
One player can beat all 4 of them.
Legit. If I gave you Walsh's production versus Hughes, Pappy, Munster and Grant, which one would you have taken out of that game? Walsh. This guy by himself outplayed all 4 of them.
Yeah.
I thought Hughes played pretty good. Munster did even play.
Well,
Grant did even play.
No, Grant was so clutch, bro.
Pappy was hit and miss, right? Like he got busy as fuck. He saved them a couple times. He was supporting that last minute where again Walsh even fucking.
That was just stupid. Like the one that he flicked past to Warbrick.
Catch it, cunt.
Yeah, that was just stupid from Warbrick. Like there's no one there.
I feel like Pappy was so gassed that
no, Pappy wouldn't have got there. He did the right thing. He had to pass. He wouldn't have got there. Walsh would have got him. That was fine. The other one, like, it's just not. Like Katoa, JB will like this. Nakora wouldn't make that mistake.
No, I don't think he made a mistake.
No.
Walsh just made a mistake. Walsh just made a great play.
Nakora would have just fucking went straight at him. And Walsh
fuck that, bro.
Walsh literally was in front of him. And he knew that he was going to Pappy. Because this cunt's like...
I would go to Pappy. Why the fuck would you not go to Pappy? Pappy scores that 100 times in a row.
You watch the replay. He literally already shifted. The Red Sea was open for this cunt. And there is no way, especially the way Walsh made the tackle, that he wasn't in front of Pappy when he got the ball. Because Walsh just dropped him like that. Like, there was no one in front of Katoa. And I get it. He probably wouldn't have got there. But even to the point that Walsh would have just taken out Pappy, anything could have happened, right? But also, and this is the cream, right? And I didn't give a fuck about the other chances. Who cares? 9 seconds left. You make a break. Hughes gets tackled on 4th tackle. He goes on the ground. It was a bad tackle. He could have got injured, for sure. The way Hughes got up was like, yeah, we lost. Who cares?
Yeah.
The last tackle play...
was a who cares play.
Who cares?
Even the Liero Sinbin was a we've lost.
We've lost. Like, fuck it. We'll just...
I'll just hit some cunt in the head. Fuck it.
Bro, they had, with a Sinbin, they could have passed it left. They could have kicked to Coates and anything happens once he's in the air. Nah. We lost. Who cares?
Yeah.
And that defines their whole season. The fact that who cares, one, for the 15 other teams in this competition, just understand that, and everyone that has a podcast outside of us, just understand that morally, even though they didn't win the grand final, we were right the whole time. These guys have not tried the whole year. Secondly, for the 15 other teams, you can't have so much to catch up on that these cunts cannot try the whole year, get out of 3rd gear, and still make the grand final. Literally be a try away from winning the grand final against anyone. Against Brisbane, the best team. And the only team that literally stopped them, the only player that literally stopped them was Walsh.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to say, oh, Melbourne, why the fuck are they not trying? That's the real problem, right? That's the cream. Why are they not trying? Why do they just not give a fuck? That is a problem that Bellamy or whoever's in fucking management needs to understand. Because there is something moral, like this team, in essence, especially that first half, if they came out with the same intensity even as that first half, which they still weren't great, They would have won this game. They would have scored 40 easily. That Brisbane defense was paper thin. But you can't make one mistake and you just turn into fucking Dragons. Sure. Sorry, Dragons would have probably scored with those outside backs out there. Moses or fucking Val would have popped one down because he's a Cowboy by heart. You turn into Knights offensively. The edges were fucking Shibasaki playing wing. Willison was playing center. On the other side, Smoothie's playing 5'8". Wilson's playing center, sorry. Carrigan's played the whole game. Haas played like 60 minutes. Walsh literally has been in every try-saving tackle and creating everything on offense.
Yeah.
And you cunts are fucking sleeping. It's not good enough. And look, as I put it on Robinson for years and years and years, that this team has all the talent, they don't get there and they don't win. I have to make the same claim about Bellamy. At this point, until next year, if you guys win the grand final, only if you win, then I will say you're not this. But you are pretenders at this point. Every year you get there, every year you're close, and something happens. Injury. Today, you can't even blame injury. Just fucking losing to Walsh. Losing last year's grand final to being unable to score yet again with a great spine. And the only one you really won was you blitzed Penrith 20-0 in the first half, and these guys were just like, well, we can't catch that. And you had maybe the greatest player ever on the team. What can I say? This team has not performed when it mattered most, and it doesn't matter how many years they go around, how many times they're in the grand final. It doesn't prove anything to me until they win one. You got to win something. And today was primed opportunity. What the fuck was said at halftime? God knows. What the fuck is going to be said at full time? Who cares? Like, all right, they're going to show a bunch of clips of Bellamy blowing up his... Who gives a fuck? It's over now. You lost. It doesn't matter what he says. What, for next year? Oh, all right, boys, yeah. Next year we'll make the grand final again and lose again because, well, Brisbane's won 8 in a row, so we can't beat them. Actually, won't beat Brisbane. Let's say Roosters have won 8 in a row. Yeah. We can't beat them. Come on, bro. Come off it. And I'll get a lot of hate. I know it. Bellamy's a star coach. Well, I don't give a fuck. This has nothing to do with emotion. This has nothing to do with the bet itself. Because like I said, I didn't care who won at the end of the day. I just thought Melbourne are the better side. And they literally are. They fell asleep. For what reason? Bellamy, over to you. You can answer to me. Because I don't know why these cunts have fallen asleep in so many matches. Got away with it. But when it mattered most, you needed to get into that fourth gear. It just didn't work. You crashed into a fucking pole.
Realistically, considering their roster, their coaching, and their championship pedigree, they had an awful finals run from start to finish.
Yeah. But they won every game.
The fact that you cunts are in a 2-point possession game with fucking dogs, who the following week lost 700-0, and I can't even say that you look particularly like your old selves. At least last year, heading into the grand final, it was like, oh, they beat Sharks 50-0 and they beat Roosters 50-0. Okay, they lost to the fucking Great Wall of Penrith. Okay, we can give them a pass. Penrith wasn't in your way this year, right? It's the same fucking Broncos team that you put 20... Like, from start to finish of last year's grand final, they looked like the inferior side.
Yep.
Right? They didn't have Stefano. Nelson wasn't there.
And they tried.
And they tried their tails off, but Penrith essentially played a perfect game to beat them by one try, or what was it, 16-6 or some garbage.
It was,
And Melbourne genuinely didn't even get down to fucking Penrith's 10-meter line to even have a chance of scoring, right? So we came away from that being like, well, they didn't even get down there, and Penrith just like sucked the life out of them. Fair enough. I can't say Brisbane did that to you cunts, really. No. Brisbane threw the footy around for 15 minutes. You back down to them, and for the next 20 minutes when the shoe was on the other foot, right? You could have done... You showed that it's possible to concede fucking 3 converted tries in 10 minutes. 3. You can't score 1 try in 20 against Willison at center and fucking Ibi on the wing. Apparently not. They just degenerate into, out the back. And Willison at fucking center was like, oh, yeah, like, okay, they're going to go out the back. I'll just... With 4 minutes left, when Wishart gave it to Coates and he got pumped out of into touch, I was like, did you even try to stay in the field?
No.
He just, like... took 2 steps and just braced himself of like, oh, fuck, okay, bro, just like throw... Like, what the fuck am I watching? Warbrick, they went... when Meaney gave it to in a 1-on-0, he's asleep and he just lets it tunnel ball through his legs. 2 seconds later, they make the line break off the scrum where Pappy apparently can't run anymore. He flicks it to Warbrick. Warbrick's like, oh, fuck, I'm not hungry enough to like go get the ball. Whereas Brisbane like really had nothing fucking going for themselves for 50 minutes, but in 2 seconds they're like, oh fuck, you know what? We have Walsh, so like if we can just get there, then like we'll just score. And genuinely, at the end of the day, Brisbane played awful for 60 minutes against Raiders, awful for 60 minutes against Penrith, awful for 60 minutes against Melbourne. 50 until the 50th minute.
Yeah.
I could say they didn't try. I could say that they were lost on defense. I could say that Reynolds fucking kicked it out on the full when he had one job. When he had one job, they were like holding on for dear life when Hosking almost scored, when Cleary almost scored, when fucking Tui almost scored. But when the game was really genuinely on the line, they could defend anything that was thrown at them, and they could score and nothing.
What did Melbourne throw at them though?
Mate, Penrith threw whatever at them, they fucking couldn't score. Raiders threw everything at them, they couldn't score. And when push came to shove, and Brisbane, we were talking about gears. Melbourne, the entire year was like this. Yeah. I didn't see these cunts lift for one game. No. Even when they beat Tigers 70-0, it was this.
Yeah.
And they beat Dogs, it was like this. They beat Sharks, it was this. I was like, oh, they're doing this in the first half, and then they just went straight back to this, right? Brisbane, at least for 20-minute stretches, when the game's on the line, we're like, oh, okay, fucking bang. You can't score on our goal line anymore. We can just get down there and just generate points.
Yeah.
And between Munster, Hughes, Pappy, and Grant, you can't give one of them the ball and just... That's the offense. Like, that's the attack. That first try Brisbane scored... It was a 3-on-3. There's nothing.
It's Walsh, yeah.
There's nothing at all.
But that's not a good enough excuse. Like, it's one player.
At the end of the day, look...
Did Ezra play?
Ezra, I feel like...
Defensively, he was fantastic, but he always is.
I feel like Ezra didn't get any, like, big highlight plays, but he had these cunts in 6s and 7s on that side of the field.
Did Reynolds play? I know.
Reynolds was awful. Hunt...
Did Staggs play?
Staggs didn't... Legit, they lost to one player.
But... The spine that we said were like still better than this team and 2 points better according to the books, because I think everywhere else, even though Brisbane had edges, lost to one player. And
did Grant play?
Did Grant play? Like, you're fucking... sorry, I actually do enjoy this podcast, but the 167 podcast, pack it up. Can't should we stop podcasting and focus on the Philly shit cunts? You can podcast all you want. If you cunts can't fucking win, who gives a shit? What are you going to say? How are they going to explain how they lost this one? We didn't go against a Penrith dynasty. We didn't go against a Brisbane team that shot out of a cannon and they just fucking put us to the sword. No, you were up 22-12. You had the game literally by the scruff of the neck, and one error and you can't capitulate. Ridiculous.
Honestly, Chris, I'm more than okay with them going to 26-22. Where the fuck was the answer after that?
The answer after that was just they don't care.
Why?
But I don't know why.
I think they care. I think they're out of answers.
Nah, you can't. I refuse to believe
they tried.
That's them trying.
That was them throwing their best punch. That's all they had.
They didn't even throw a punch.
And when Penrith put the pressure on them, they had no fucking return serve.
That wasn't a punch. If that's punch, all they had. That's like fucking.
That's all they had.
My sister punching. Sorry.
Genuinely,
but it's true.
What could they have tried harder in?
Bro, they weren't even doing anything experimental. Nothing. At all.
Yeah, they're out of answers.
No.
If that was round 4 against Dragons, they would have done something.
10 trick plays.
Yeah. But
where was one? The one play I wanted to see was the outside inside to Pappy with Katoa. Didn't even try that. You got the charity fucking penalty call. Oh, sorry, with 4 minutes to go, which we did.
They smashed
Stefano, which was a knock on, but anyway, it was a head high. Sure. 4 minutes. I'll tell you right now. In that possession, as soon as Melbourne got the ball with 4 minutes left, I could name you 11 teams that would score that set.
Yeah.
100%. Brisbane, obviously, one of them. Penrith, one. With that edge, Penrith, one of them.
Roosters.
Souths.
Cowboys.
Manly. Cowboys. Titans. The list goes on. Name me whatever team. Probably only Knights.
Raiders would have.
Raiders would have 100% scored. Sharks would have 100% scored.
The only cunts that win it is probably Warriors.
Without Metcalf. Sorry, Warriors fans.
Knights.
What? Dolphins wouldn't score in that situation.
Oh, yeah. Para probably would.
Have Moses. Bro, there's maybe more. There's probably only 3 teams that wouldn't score on that edge with Willison center and Shibasaki wing. And you can't even, not one time go right. That's where the injuries were.
Well, they did. Walsh just fucking kept tackling everyone.
But like, just pepper it. Just keep fucking going at him. It's Willison. Come on.
They did. They just couldn't score. They made the line breaks, Chris. They just couldn't score. Think about it. Actually, the one that pissed me off more was when they did the HIA for Ben Hunt, and then it was last tackle, and Pappy just got tackled and didn't even do anything.
No. But that was less like, I don't know why Hughes and Munster just didn't kick it, but that last set, you literally have the game on the line, and even the commentators were like, "This is the season right here. This is all it comes down to." And Melbourne get pushed out with Coates, who looks like he just walked out, basically.
The fucking rag.
That was it. That was the highlight. You could have made your whole season. We could have come on and said you cunts were still shit, but at least you cunts were in third gear the whole year, but you won the grand final. But no, and deservedly so. To be honest, if Brisbane can go to that level, i.e. Walsh go to that level, they deserve to win the grand final. Yeah. I mean, no team has been able to match them when Brisbane go on fucking roids. And what's incredible is that I bet on Melbourne, but I'm going to take this back and I'm going to clip this. Go back to when they played, I don't know who they played, but they got smashed. And I said, this team can beat anyone in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I said from day one, I said, this team can beat anyone in 20 minutes, so that's why they scare me. And 3 times in a row, they won in 20 minutes. And no one looked at them and was like, oh, fuck, that's their 20-minute spell. I was sitting there like, all right, they're up in 20 minutes. That's their 20 minutes done. It's early. We still have 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Thank fuck. Like, the last time they've done it at the end of the game. You don't have enough time to come back. But they did it early, and I was like, oh, we actually have a fucking chance here. These cunts could win. And Brisbane's just out of steam. But no, these cunts don't know how to score anymore.
Can I tell you what the
Doesn't
biggest?
make sense.
Can I tell you what the biggest indictment on Melbourne is for me? In that 20 minutes where they had the ball, I was like, these cunts aren't going to score, are they? This is going to be the full.
No, I thought they would score, but I thought they would concede again. I genuinely thought until that last set that Coates went out, I genuinely thought Melbourne would still win because I thought Brisbane just did it a touch too early. And they didn't do that every other time because they have to hang on for a bit longer, where in other times they've just had to hang on for like 1 set or 2 sets and that's it. It's done. Mariner scoring the last second. Walsh, obviously, Ben Hunt kicking the field goal in the last second in Golden Point. Like, they really only need to hang on just a little bit more. But in this game, it was like, fuck, we got 20 minutes to defend Melbourne. But it wasn't Melbourne. It was Knights. Might as well add gamble out there. Might as well add fucking sharp.
Just to put a bow on things, Chris, because we could go over the plays.
It doesn't matter.
But as far as Melbourne, like, okay, this year was the fuck. Like, we were this close, and we
that was last year.
We want to redeem ourselves for losing to Penrith, and the comp's wide open. Penrith are weaker, and we got the dream run. How are you cunts going to go into next year and be like, let's fire up again and let's go to the grand final again? Like,
they will, though. They don't even need to try.
Like,
who's left? I mean, in my book, I don't think Hunt or Reynolds will play another game for the NRL. I'm calling it right now. They're done.
Okay, sure. Did they win because of either of those two cunts?
No. But
both were shit.
If they're not going to have them whole year.
If they get a healthy Ezra and replace Reynolds was, mate. Your take of they can beat anyone in 20 minutes is a Hall of Fame take, 100%. Yeah. My Hall of Fame take, in equivalent, was when Reynolds got injured and Walsh fucking brought these cunts from the depths of the fucking 6 feet under the ground in the Dolphins game. I was like, oh, these cunts are actually awake and Walsh is playing good. Like, they're only good when Walsh is good. So Reynolds, they can get any other halfback to kick out in the fall. That's fine.
Yeah, it's very hard to say that they will win without 2 star halves, but we'll see next year. We've got a whole year to analyse.
Who knows?
But
Roosters are better. Penrith will probably get fucking some
Melbourne's just going to win the regular season games.
Okay, they're going to be in third gear, win the entire regular season, play like garbage. We're going to come on and be like, they have Harry Grant and fucking these cunts.
And they'll lose again.
And they'll lose to Raiders or something. Like, who gives a fuck?
It's the same every year.
I don't want to talk about Melbourne anymore. Fuck these cunts. They blew the grand final again for no reason. They were better than Penrith last year. They were better than Brisbane this year. There was no reason to lose either of them. And the way that last 20 minutes unfolded genuinely is head scratching that you cunts didn't score 1 extra point in the second half. I'm off them completely. On the Brisbane side, fucking hell, boys. Like, you cunts was just so gritty at the end of this season. And holy fuck. Like, we can sit and be like, Melbourne, you can't suck, like, you didn't score, whatever. But on the other side of it, there's a team that didn't allow them to score. And genuinely, like, I could name probably, you know how you said you can name 15 teams that would score in that situation? I could name probably 15 teams that would concede with their back row defending at center, their bench lock defending at fucking halfback, and for them to just bite down on the mouth guard. Walsh legit saved the Kamakamika try, saved the Papenhuyzen line break, saved the Katoa to Papenhuyzen line break again. Like, he's probably had, 4 try saves and
3 tries.
A try and 3 try assists himself. Like we've seen Turbo at his peak, Jared Hayne at his peak.
Everyone got Walshed. It's simple.
Everyone in this, well, not really Penrith in my opinion, until they did get Walsh at the end really, but Melbourne just got completely fucking blitzed off the field by Walsh at the end. I know he played big minutes, but I didn't even see Carrigan destroy them in the middle of the field.
No one got destroyed.
Same with Haas. He had a few good carries when he came back on, but he didn't have the performance that he had last week.
No.
Stags didn't even play, like we said. Shibasaki just walked over Meaney twice because Walsh put him in good positions. Adam Reynolds was awful again. Ben Hunt played fine, I guess, but that was probably his worst finals game of the 3 that he played. These cunts literally lost to one player at the end of the day.
Well, look, we can give Brisbane so much credit for beating first.
They had the toughest possible run of anyone.
And beating Melbourne. They had the toughest possible run and got out the other side. Massive praise. And literally, it just goes back to what I said. They can play awful for 60 minutes, but for 20, they're going to fuck you up. And no one has been able to go with... Literally, in a knockout scenario, no one has gone punch for punch with Brisbane. Ever. When Brisbane get on a roll, it's like the world is fucking ending. They have an extra player on the field. That's what it looks like.
It's fucked, hey.
It's like they have a power play. And you know who the extra player is? It's a clone of Reece Walsh. There's 2 of him out there. There was one particular play. He ran from one side of the field all the way to another that I don't think Pappy, Hughes, Munster, Grant ever did through the whole game. Within back-to-back plays, he knew he was needed on the left, but he was on the right side, wrapped around everyone to be in position. He was literally 2 of him on the field. And when Brisbane get in that power mood, it's unstoppable. It's actually unstoppable. I'm glad that came into fruition because a lot of people would have said, nah, they're stoppable. You can defend them. You can't defend this team. That's the brilliance. And all they needed to bring in was some fucking goal line defense. They don't even defend well, 20 meters out. We saw that today. Some goal line defense when it matters most, those crucial moments. It's like when they're 3rd and 5 in the NFL and you make a stop when it matters and you get your offense to team the ball back. It's like, all right, we're fucking on here. That's literally what they do. They stop once, they're like, all right, let's go score again.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, actually.
As soon as they get that stop, it's like, all right, the offense is on. We got Tom Brady, all goods. We're going to go win. That's what it feels like when Brisbane are fucking on. And they get the stop. Tom Brady, i.e. fucking Reece Walsh. I know it's a bit early, but fuck me, he played good today. So I'm going to give him that praise just for today. You can't stop the offense. He will complete anything. He will throw any pass. It doesn't matter. And it just feels like it's a 2-minute drill. Walsh is just like, yeah, all right, let's go this way. Let's go this way. I'm going to be everywhere. And bang, try.
It's insane how easily not just they get down. All right, you give them the ball back on 10-meter line. It's insane how easy it is for these cunts to end up on your 20.
Yeah.
And once they get down there, it's actually insane how easily they score. Every other team struggles so much of even look at Melbourne's tries, right? The shape that they ran on the first thing was I can't even blame Brisbane. That's a fucked up play.
That, yeah.
Where Brisbane's just oh, okay, try, okay. And the other team's fuck, well, did we just concede that? What the fuck's going on? And then I feel like doubt creeps into the other team's mind.
And they make them look silly. That's that's what insane. And they've done it 3 times.
If they were playing Tigers, I know Coates would never come in on the center like that. I know, how passive were they on the Shibasaki try that he got the ball 10 meters out and just walked. Meaney was there the whole time.
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
So I got to give Brisbane's structurally their defense is not what Penrith's is or anything, but they're so fucking gritty that when they're on the standing 8 count and you're about to fucking knock them out and the ref counts to 9, they're like, no, we got one more fucking round than us.
We got some toilet water
and then
with us.
It's to continue the boxing analogy, the fighter looks like he's concussed, he's about to get knocked out. The ref gets the 9, they're like, no, we still want to fight. And then they just go and just fucking give you a knockdown punch as well. And then you're like, wait, I just thought I'd knock these cunts out, but now I'm actually wobbling and I feel concussed. And yeah, like you said, actually, In the Raiders game, Raiders didn't have any more time. They lost in Golden Point. Against Penrith, they had 2 minutes left. They couldn't score. For Melbourne, the thing that really pissed me off is they had 20 minutes to undo the 20 minutes that they got raped by Brisbane, but they legit transformed into Knights, and I'll never forgive them for this one. This one really was like pissed me off. But on the other side of it, Brisbane, outstanding performance yet again. Outstanding finals run from not only you guys, going through the gauntlet at Raiders against Brisbane without Carrigan, and then playing Melbourne, who were pretty much fresh and healthy and led 22-12. What would their combined fucking odds be of at the lowest point of the Raiders, Penrith and thing game? Probably 500 to 1 to win this premiership. But at the end of the day, when the history books look back to 2025, they'll just see Brisbane Broncos, and our grandkids will be like, oh, fuck, Broncos won it that year, didn't they? And we'll be like, mate, you have no idea what it took for these cunts to win, right? Exactly. They were a husking try away from giving up to fucking Sharks.
Yeah.
And here they are as premiers. Fair enough to them. Mad love. I feel like people will take a lot out of this podcast of like we're Brisbane haters. We're actually not.
We actually
like them a lot. So like
we liked them from day one. They just played like idiots.
Yeah. The thing that bothers me is I know intrinsically in my heart of hearts that Penrith are better than them, Melbourne are better than them, Raiders are. I still think Raiders are better than these cunts, but they proved everyone wrong that they could just flick the switch for 15 minutes, dismantle other top 4 caliber sides, and just walk away with the premiership.
Well, you can combine all 3 teams and it doesn't matter. They would have dismantled them all. And that's the beauty. Like, any team that's able to score in this league is like so highly regarded in my mind, because we see so much garbage that teams just don't score for 20 minutes, and it's incredible. A team that can score 18 points like that is always got a high regard in my book. And the fact that 4 minutes to go Melbourne set was just the pinnacle of the whole season of we don't give a fucking rat's ass, to be honest.
Yeah, fuck them. Unless you have anything else to say about the teams themselves or the performances, shall we do some quick player ratings?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's a high leverage game. We'll start on... I want to scream at Melbourne, so I'll leave them for last. We'll go with Brisbane. Walsh?
10.
If there was ever 11, 12, 13, 14, 20 out of 10, that was this performance, mate. Again, shout out to you. What a fucking... And you know what terrifies me now? This cunt's going to go to an Origin and play like this now as well. Yeah. New South Wales is fucking... You cunts need to get a grip if you're going to deal with this, man. Karapani?
Did he play?
6.
Yeah, 6.
He's fine. Stags?
5.
6 as well.
Didn't get the ball.
At least he defended Wishart. Like, cunts did nothing Wishart, the whole game.
Yeah.
Shibasaki?
7. At least he scored twice.
Again,
Walsh.
I think he had like 200 running meters.
Again,
somehow.
Walsh, bro.
I'll give him an 8. He played good.
Yeah.
Mariner?
7.
Yeah, 7, 8. Again, it's just going to be 7s and 8s across the board. Ben Hunt?
Oh, you know what? For him, 8. I like him.
Well, that's just bias. He was a 6. He fucking did nothing. Reynolds?
He did nothing. 5.
4. Henson?
Did he play?
He played fine.
4.
2. Pakes? Awful service.
Again, did he play? 4.
3. Haas?
7.
For his own standards, I'm going to give him a 7. I feel like he could have done more, but he did just enough. Piakura?
HIA boy. 6.
I'm going to give him 7 because he pumps Stefano.
Okay.
Ricky? 1.
Nah.
He was fucking
5.
did nothing.
He did nothing.
6. Carrigan?
Again, did nothing.
Played
6.
80 minutes. I'll give him an 8, even though he did nothing. Ezra?
Defensively fantastic. Like 7. I think it was great defensively.
I'll give him 7.5. It's tough to come on at 5'8" when you don't start the game, but I feel like he asked a lot of questions of Melbourne, and defensively when he hit Stefano in the head, that made me
Origin. Fuck that.
Kobe? He was a man possessed.
He was a man possessed, but that was when Melbourne were giving up. I'll give him an 8.
I'm giving Kobe 8. I thought he was great. Javier Willison?
Fucking center of the year, 7.
5. Cunt did nothing. Smoothie?
Did the right things when he came on. 6.
6 as well. Madge?
10, 11, 12. Like, no team. This Brisbane team hasn't been able to defend their line in the past 5 seasons, and this can't.
You know
1 year has turned it around.
They still can't.
I know they can't, but at least when it matters, they can.
That's incredible.
They remind me of Tampa, truly. They're literally Tampa Bay when Brady was there. When they need to, they get a stop.
Papenhuyzen?
You know what? Probably the best out of the spine for me.
Really?
Yeah. I'll give him 6.
I'll give him a 7. He did save the try off the scrum as well, which I feel like he deserves credit for. Warbrick?
2.
I'm going to give him a 3.
Wow.
He ran the ball hard, but he was despicable in all other areas of the game. Howarth? Oh, he was gets a
count.
DNP, in my opinion. Nick Meaney?
Shit. 2.
Scored the first try,
Don't
conceded
care.
the next 3.
Anyone could have scored that first try.
3. Javier Coates?
Worst performer, 1.
Was he worse than Warbrick?
Yep.
Why?
Because as per JB's words, which he said before, he was the best outside back in this game, which he wasn't. He was the worst outside back in this game.
He was awful. I'll give him a 4 out of 10. Munster?
3. Was he there?
He did a really gun try save on
Yeah, and
Ricky.
could have had a try assist, but
I think he
other than that, 3.
I think he was just average. I'll give him
wasn't better
5.
than Hughes.
I'll give him 5. Hughes?
5.
What?
All right, 7. Like, does it matter? Did they win? 5. No, 5. I'm sticking with my guns. You didn't win.
I think Hughes was the best out of the.
No
out
one
of
gets
the spine.
above more than. No one gets more than Pappy.
I'll give him a 7. Stefano, talk shit boy.
Talk shit, boy. He wasn't bad. It wasn't good, and he gave that error at the way.
Yeah.
5 again.
6. At least he talked shit. It was hilarious. Harry Grant.
2.
3. Josh King. I thought he actually played good.
Yeah.
7.5.
No one gets more than Pappy. 6.
Bloor.
Did he play? 3.
5. Eli Qatar.
Yeah,
You
right.
got to give him more. He was fucking good.
7.
I'll give him an 8. Liero. Missed the fucking shoulder
Shots
shot.
on. Didn't do anything wrong. 5. Other than that.
5. Wishart.
Played center when he didn't need to. Fucking 6.
2. Lasati. Who gives a fuck?
Gives a shit. 3.
Kamakameko gives a fuck.
3.
McDonald, who gives a fuck.
He also got HIA.
Craig Bellamy.
For this game, 2.
I give him a 4.
Nah.
They ran the Melbourne fucking play and scored from it, but that second half. What the fuck did he say at halftime?
What did he say at halftime?
Go out there and drop it and give
Go
up.
out there and give up. Not drop it. Give up.
Anyway.
Good job, Brisbane. I'm really happy for them, to be honest. Like,
You know what? I think it's good for the NRL.
no, it's not.
Brisbane should never go 20 years without a premiership. They're too good a club.
No. It's not just like this. This particular iteration of the team should have done this in 23, and the fact they've done it now is like big ups to them. Like, no, there is not many teams that will pick themselves up off the canvas after the last 2 years that they've had and been like, we're going to grit now as soon as we get raped by fucking Manly. We're going to grip as soon as we lose Reynolds and Bam in that Melbourne game not too long ago when everyone had written them off. Like, it's not easy to come back from that, and literally to go all the way is incredible. So I think, like, for this particular Brisbane team, these Brisbane players, they really, really deserved it the most. Like, they've been there, they've given up. They've gone to fucking first in the literally 15 minutes away from a grand final, finishing fucking 12th last year. They really deserve this one and truly go out on a good note. You may not retire, and I'm predicting you will, but Reynolds and Hunt, there is nothing more that this game you need to prove anymore. You've got your chip. This is it. Don't risk your bodies, especially Reynolds. Like, you're getting injured every fucking 2 seconds. There's no reason to. You got injured just fucking running today. Like, there's no reason to go and keep going out there. Walsh, you're the best player in the world. As of this moment in time, you are officially the best player in the world. I don't know a player that could have taken this team off the canvas twice in a finals game to win these games. Even Turbo in his year, that cunt was fucked. But he did have a lot of help, in that case.
Turbo got clamped in the semis though. Walsh took steroids. It was fucked. Genuinely the best postseason run by an individual player I've ever seen in my life. 100%. That was fucked. And I'm tossing and turning of which game he was actually better in. Because
this one was the grand final, bro.
I agree with you. From start to finish, he was better tonight. But just like the way he picked him up in 2 seconds in the Raiders game of like the theatrics of he came on and they immediately just destroyed them was to me like more impressive. But what he did tonight was a fucking insanity. So again, very happy for Brisbane. They deserve this. They did it the long way, the hard way. In 23, it looked like it's going to be a very tough thing to overcome. Last year, they showed some fucking Super Bowl hangover tendencies by coming 12th. Insert Madge into the building with Ben Hunt, and they have a premiership to show for us. So shout out to Brisbane. Round of applause to you guys. Melbourne, in the season review, I guess, do we have to say anything? Just copy-paste what we said tonight. Really, off this team. Shout out to everyone on the Back Yourself podcast that watched us from start to finish of 2025. It was a blast giving you guys content week after week. If you appreciate us getting in the lab and giving you entertainment, give us a like, comment, and a subscription. And obviously, we will review every single team's 2025 season for your entertainment. Because I know there's a few fucking Bulldogs, Dragons, Tigers.
For our entertainment. This is the most entertaining part of the year.
I've been waiting for fucking this next episode that's coming. I don't give a fuck about this one.
What about Knights? Oh my god.
I might do a
Knights sequel. They need 3
I might
episodes.
do a Knights only podcast where the Polo comes out of retirement for you.
You have to wait.
You can do one for South.
After 4 hours of talking, then you get to talk about Knights. That's the beauty.
Well,
because they came last.
I am the runner of this podcast, so I could do whatever the fuck I want.
No.
Really?
I think the fans.
I could pull names out of a hat, really.
I think fans
but
really want
the
Knights.
joke is all 17 cards in the hat are Knights. So when I pull out the first one, you're like, oh fuck, you got Knights. But you're like, wait, says Knights as well. Just so I can talk about it.
What would be the least entertaining? Cowboys. Who gives a fuck?
What?
What? Because they give
The
up.
least entertaining, probably Roosters. Gives a fuck about them. All they do is quit.
But they didn't quit.
They may as well have. Some probably like Manly. Like, what the fuck do you say about them? They just gave up.
Yeah, Manly's a
Warriors
good
or some
one.
shit.
Warriors,
That's what they say.
Warriors will be dead. Who cares? Yeah.
Probably some degenerate Dragons. Like
No, Dragons are entertaining. They have a brand new half.
Dogs obviously would be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
Raiders, shithouse. Anyway, you guys will have to tune into that episode to catch
Knights is the
a
pinnacle.
3.5 hour podcast of us just fucking yapping nonsense, which is pretty much all we ever do. Thank you for joining us yet again. You let us know if you enjoyed in the comments below, and we will see you in a fucking probably a week's time. Peace out.
Peace.